It's a very pleasant good afternoon to everyone listening at this point in time, whether you're home, you're on your table, you're relaxing, you're just getting ready to leave your office to head to work, to head to home from work. You are on the train, you're on the bus, you're on a car. When I say train, I'm talking about those of you listening to us in the diaspora. Whether you had a great day, a productive day, even an unproductive day, we're here to sustain you with great ideas, entrepreneurial ideas, innovative ideas, great inventions, business ideas, technological ideas. We're putting it right here on this platform for all to see, to hear, and to view, to influence and motivate and also to grease that very important engine of our economic growth in the Commonwealth of Dominica, one small business, one small idea at a time. This is Nature Island Small Business Buzz for today, Thursday. It's our first Thursday in the month of July. I begin quickly by saying good afternoon to my co-host, the small business expert at the National Development Foundation of Dominica, one of the major pillars of small in business industry in Dominica for well over close to 3 going on 4 decades, and they've been instrumental in that particular platform. So I say good afternoon to Mr. Small Business Expert himself, Mr. Donald Macasio.
Franklin, good afternoon to you.
When I how do I say it? When I afternoon, it's my half English. That's fun. When I afternoon to you.
When I start this.
Yeah, get a little closer to
Okay.
it. Yeah, that's yours.
So good afternoon to you. And of
afternoon.
course, we'd like to say good afternoon to everybody listening and tune in right now. So listening for those who are listening on Q95 and those who are tuned in on our social media platforms, you are still, of course, here. Our program is Nature Isle Small Business Buzz, right, Franklin?
Mm-hmm.
And today we're shifting gears a bit, Franklin,
Literally,
literally, right? Because we are diving into a world where nonprofit meets innovation.
Mm-hmm.
So the institution that we are spotlighting isn't a business in the traditional sense, right? But its work in technology, research, and especially robotics,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
has the power to seriously impact the way our small businesses grow, adapt, and compete. So from classrooms to code, their mission is setting the foundation for a more tech forward Dominica. And that's something every entrepreneur should be paying attention to. Franklin?
Mm-hmm. I'm excited about today's guests because I looked there before me, and I am eager. That's like every listener. I'm going to give you a quick scenario, visual. There is a hammer. It's a palm size. I can see some high tech electronics made simple, but looking very effective and voraciously adaptable to a changing environment. On the lower platform, there was this huge caterpillar. It moves like it has a mind of its own. I'm just whetting your appetite in preparation for what we go. And we're going to talk about two of the inventors and those who initiate the inventive spirit with us here this afternoon. So as Donald mentioned, we're shifting the platform now because we're local, we're going global, and we're trying to adapt and fit in, and we don't want to be left behind. And therefore, I'm happy to be part of this cross generational gap where we're encouraging the youth to be prepared and meet the international standards, ready for small business and general business enterprise around the Caribbean and Dominica, spearheading that. So, Donald, I pass over to you now again.
Definitely. Before we proceed, of course, we want to big up Ozone Media in the house again today,
Yes, with
Mr.
us.
Owen Vidal. And of course, we want to big up our guest the last time,
Zebi was excellent.
Zebadaja Maxwell, of course, our 2025 champion, right, of the Green Innovation Summit, talking about innovation, right?
Yes.
And a little later, we're going to have a short recap of that episode. But before that, Franklin, remember the last episode we just mentioned Cali Midway Cafe. Right?
Yes, we certainly did.
Yes, and by Sir Shlom in Concord.
Mhm.
And well, this morning I received very sad news that the builder of the one who built
Hmm.
Cali Midway Cafe, sadly passed away.
Yes, yes.
And I think he has also worked here.
Yes, he was the
Mm.
one when I first came in
Hmm.
during the middle of January. I had my eyes had to get some adaptation to the
Hmm.
to lighting because
Hmm.
so structurally he had to do some adjustments, some
Yeah.
inclusions for the bouncing of the light so that we could read,
Yeah.
so to speak, visualize eloquently, and he was instrumental in that. So I've just been told, he's just been identified to me. So
Hmm.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
So he has been also instrumental in many of our, or a number of our, like popular spots here
Hmm.
in Dominica. One of them, I don't know if you've heard of Charlie's Courtyard.
I heard about it. Yes,
Yeah.
in fact,
So
Charlie calls me all the time, and but where's it
mhm.
located again? Help me with that. Where's it located? Because
Located is it's close to the financial center.
okay, that's it.
Hmm.
That's it. All
Yes.
right, that's it. Right there.
So he
I
was
live just
so
behind there.
he was just an outstanding all
Hmm.
around builder.
Hmm. Gifted hands. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely contractor. So we just would like to express our, of course, some sympathies
Hmm.
to everyone affected, especially those who have, who had worked with him very closely. One of them, of course, is our past guest, Mr. Serge Long,
Alone. Hmm.
right? And so, and of course, to everybody close to him.
Hmm.
So another great loss,
Hmm.
but such is life.
Yeah.
So
I think that somebody will. And that's one of the reasons why we try
mhm,
to engender that type of notion that we need to not always wait for
mhm,
to advance and to enter into arenas for proactivity rather than just
yes,
regular passive activity. So we show that some people would have been trained or have been influenced by his top quality work, and that there's somebody will
definitely,
fit in
especially
eventually.
in the sector, in the small business
Mhm.
sector,
Sector, yes.
right? So yeah, so I guess the only thing to say is,
Hmm.
to say, rest in peace to, of
Rested,
course,
yes.
Mr. Clarel Gregor,
Gregor, yes.
right? So just an outstanding builder, electrician, all around contractor. Yeah.
Another person, as we mentioned last week, who was very, very instrumental in recognizing environmental potential in
Mm-hmm.
using what is everyday items like a coconut and was able to make
Mm-hmm,
oil. So
mm-hmm.
Zebi, we say good afternoon to Zebi and her family, and the Maxwell family
Definitely.
in Taru, and with your coconut oil and your husk and your pashi and all the other byproducts from this one nut. I see you're going nuts in business. And so, no, yes, you want to review? We'll go straight into our technology.
Well, I just want to, I guess, I want to do like a very, very quick review,
Do that,
right?
do
So
that, do
I
that.
think
What did we learn? What
the three lessons that I think we should take away from that is,
Mhm.
number one, you know, maximizing every resource, right? Because remember what Zabi is doing is, her approach is zero waste, right? So she is not wasting anything, and she is maximizing that very valuable resource, which is the coconut.
Yeah, so
All right,
from one product, multiple
definitely.
byproducts.
Right.
Okay.
So, and the number two is the importance of, a very strong support system, right? And that's something that we learned from her story. Her parents, her family are very much supportive of her. In fact, they're actually part of the business.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
that's another thing. And lastly is, believing in yourself. I think one of the most powerful moments in the interview was when Zabi's, heartfelt message to our young people, right? She said, believe in yourself. And, that belief took her from idea to champion. And it's the same belief that will take others from hesitation to action as well. So, Franklin, those are the three quick lessons that we want to give to them today, because, we want to kind of cut it short a little bit because we have a packed afternoon, and I'm really so excited to, dive into
Absolutely.
the world of robotics research and all this, innovative space.
Absolutely. So this is our edition for today, Thursday. We've got a lot on our plate this afternoon. So first of all, we take a short commercial break, and we're going to come right back after this. But I was speaking to myself, so here we go. Yes, come in. Hold that thought. I'll call you right back.
So I'll
I'll be right back. Elas Franco, how are you doing? Things are getting really tight in this Goa season. Right now, I just don't know what to do. But Franklin, what are you doing? You're sitting on your money machine. With all them skills and ideas that you have, you can go further, faster. Awawi, go to the NDFD. They've got the best rates on business loans, not to mention affordable business support. They'll get your business registered and help you develop your business plan. They'll design your logo and train small business owners just like you. For real? I go down there now. All jokes aside, NDFD is helping people when others would not. And the door is now open. We invite you to step in into our technological department here at Q95 this afternoon, where Donald is sitting behind the highly technical, technological, advanced piece of knowledge. Good afternoon. It's your
Franklin,
turn, yes.
Franklin, today on Nature Isle Small Business Buzz, like we said, we're diving into the world of innovation.
Are we diving or are we driving?
We're driving and
I
diving.
think we're driving.
Education and technology, brought to you by one of Dominica's leading nonprofit academic
I
research
cannot wait to hear
and
more.
teaching centers, Create Caribbean, right? So Create Caribbean is actually based at the Dominica State College, and it works at the intersection of uh, how I see it, digital humanities, research, and technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while its roots are in academia, its impact goes far beyond, including its powerful role in shaping young minds through mentorship and cutting edge programs like robotics. So we have here three guests, Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have their names, or would you like me to introduce them
They are
for you?
highly technical names.
Uh,
I'm good on English, but I think you're better on the robotic language. So you take that away.
Yeah. So by the way, one of the most exciting things that the center is doing now is they're supporting Dominica's robotics team, right? I'm not even sure if a lot of people know that we have our very own robotics
No, you
team.
see, no, I didn't know. So I want to
Exactly.
find out everything, like all my listeners. I'm fresh on the block with that. So I
Mhm.
want to know. So I want to know. So
All right.
I'm going to ask you to lead this afternoon. I
Definitely.
follow.
So now joining us are three brilliant minds. We have first a programmer at Great Caribbean and a mentor to the team. We have Zamar Thomas, right? And then we have two of the very sharp, very young members of the team. We have Kalen Matthew and K. Ryan Shillingford. All right. So welcome, guys. Welcome to
Okay.
Nature Isle Small
I want to hear
Business
your voice.
Buzz.
I want to hear your voice.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Then you are.
I am Zamara Thomas.
Zamar.
Okay, and you
all right.
are. No, pull it a little closer to you. Put a little space because they have the gadgets there, like the Nintendo something, and I know they have. So pull it a little closer to you, and you can just handle it. And you are,
I am Kirayan Shillingford. Good day, everyone.
and you are.
My name is Killen Matthew.
Okay, so he looks like the surgeon with his spectacles.
So you guys, so the two of them, you guys represent what
Yes.
generation now? Because I already lost
Any one of you guys.
count of how do you call your generation now? Are you generation
It's not
Alpha?
X.
I don't know.
Maybe
No.
Alpha generation. Which you call yourself? Sir?
Well, we're Generation Z.
Z. Okay, good.
Okay, or
Okay.
Z. Or Z.
Yeah.
No, Z is better.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah,
Because
Z.
you say-
Right.
Yes.
Right. What about you, Franklin? What's your? Never mind. Never mind.
No, mine is generation N, Noah. That's prehistoric.
All right.
Yeah.
So
But
we
it's nice to have you guys. Nice to have. I'm
Yes.
excited to hear about what you got. So the first
Mhm.
question is, what goes on in your brain when if I just mention the word robotics, what comes to your mind? Anybody, any one of you guys?
Okay, may I take this opportunity to say good afternoon to all again? Again, I am Killer Matthew. I am only 13 and I attend the St. Mary's Academy. In terms of the spectrum of robotics, I would generally say the standpoint to being a member and be working hands-on is really fantastic. You get that feeling of belonging. You have a purpose. You're working towards a goal. You're doing everything to your best ability in order to maybe not even just outshine others, but to please yourself. I don't even really know what else I can say about it. You just feel
But what's
I-
robotics for you? What's robotics for you?
When you create something, or when you come up conceptualize something, how does that feel? Or what's your thought process? You can wake up one morning and say, you know what, I want to make that piece of machine walk. I'm going to make it talk. I'm going to make it move.
No, may I just say it's not that simple.
Well, I want you to tell me.
It's not that simple. You don't
want you
just
to tell
wake
me.
up. You realize there are tasks to be done. When we go further, we'll maybe talk about like the competition and why we're building this big robot. As you described, it's a caterpillar earlier.
Yes.
But we have a task. We have different tasks to make it do. For example, maybe to throw balls, like actually throw balls, like a human being.
Okay,
in
since you
basketball.
start, I'm excited. Tell me about that robot and that caterpillar.
Okay, so the caterpillar you described it is actually called, well, it's just in the drivetrain. It's basically the wheels of a vehicle. The bottom part of a vehicle is literally just driving right now, which can be controlled from our standpoint with this called the driver hub and the controller.
Okay.
The entire robot is to be established for a competition made by the first global association.
The who?
The first global
First
association.
Global Association. Okay.
They focus on tech challenges and enhancing the minds of young people to the new evolving technology. So this year, let me just say it, Dominica is going to be going to some students along with mentors are going to be going to Panama, therefore to represent Dominica and take part in a challenge called the Eco Equilibrium. A mouthful, yes, I know. But no, it's not just all sitting around making the robot, and when you're done, you go and then you represent it. You have many challenges online. You'll see on our Instagram page. I will talk about that afterward, just to promote ourselves. We have pictures of us doing challenges, for example, our promotional videos and whatnot. And almost every 2 weeks or every week, we have a challenge coming in, and it's all so fascinating. And I feel sorry for those who can't experience it. I'm very happy to be here.
To be part of that.
Yes. So I'm going to switch now. Okay. So pull the microphone closer to you.
Yes.
Why are you here? Because you're a lady. So let me hear what you have to say. What is your inclusion? What is your involvement in that innovation?
Okay, right. To introduce myself again,
Yes,
I
dear.
am Kirian Shillingford, and I am a first-year student at the Dominica State College. Well, there my degree is mechanical engineering. So that is what I think. When I think about robotics, I think more of the hands-on aspect, right? The IT aspect is new to me. So I work best with building the robot, putting it together, and coming towards a goal, it's usually difficult. You usually have to draw up first, figure out what your robot's gonna look like, and then putting together has many challenges. You may put it together once and it fails. You have to put up a part and put it back together again. So it can be challenging, but the end goal is always it's worth it.
Give me an example of what you've been through.
So there
Like
have
yesterday.
been times.
No, that one them times. Something you've been working on. Give me the technical. By the way, your grandfather is Chesai.
Excuse me?
Your grandfather. You look like one of the Shillingfords on Hillsborough Street, on Cock Street. No? Okay,
No.
good. Okay, continue. Yes. Okay, yeah.
Big family,
I know.
Big family, yes.
Yes. Okay. So wait, let's go back to where you were. So
robotics.
why are you here? What is your contribution? I'm excited to know what do you do? What are you doing? What do you put together?
Yes, right. So like the robot, yes, down there, the one you call the caterpillar.
Yes, so tell me about
Yes, that's
it.
most recent work.
Mhm.
And yes, it had its many challenges.
Such as,
So putting together, sometimes the dimensions may be wrong. You have to pull it apart, look for the right piece. Some things may not work together.
what is the end result? In other words, on what are you being judged? How its functionality? That's what I want. What is it? What is it
So
created for?
at the competition, we have many tasks to do.
Okay.
So we need hands to move balls. We need also those hands to throw the balls as well. And not only that, but the robot has to be able to move, hence the drivetrain. That's what we've done so far. And it may sound very simple, but it's one of the most important parts of the robot. If your robot can't move, it's basically useless.
And obey its commands.
It has to obey its commands.
So if you wanted to, so what are the hurdles that you put it, the test you put it through? Does it have to climb a step? Does it have to navigate in a veranda or an alleyway or something?
No. Thankfully, it doesn't have to climb anywhere.
Okay, so what does it have to do with?
But towards the end of the competition, we need the robot to basically like levitate.
Wow.
Okay. Yes.
Oh my.
It's a bit difficult.
Without doing transcendental meditation.
No.
It just levitate. Okay, so no, wait, you still
Wow.
go ahead.
I
The next question.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I just want to know from Zamar, what's the motivation behind why, why does Great Caribbean, support? Why are you guys
This
supporting,
initiative.
this
Initiative.
the team?
Oh,
Yeah.
So for one, this robotics team actually, not this robotics team, but Dominica has had student representation at international robotics competitions since 2017.
Okay.
And it was actually in 2018 they created kind of like a robotics community, and that started off as the robotics team at the Dominica State College. It was like a club there. And what many people may not know is that our CEO, Dr. Shaila Esprit, was actually one of the very first people to put this team together.
Oh,
before
wow.
it became this whole big thing with first global challenges and everything. And later on, like the team kind of changed hands, different people got involved and all of that. And for the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years, one of our past interns, Mr. Cody Jajak, he was actually the lead mentor for this team. Now, Cody went on to doing bigger, better things. He went off to school and he didn't want to just see it die.
Okay.
So why not bring it back to where it all started, right? So he brought it back to us. We thought about it. It kind of falls in line with what Great Caribbean does and what Great Caribbean believes in as it relates to like STEM and innovation. So that's kind of why we took it up and decided to continue and adopt the Dominica Robotics Association.
Wow. So how many countries are joining this competition?
Ooh, over 200 countries, actually. It's a huge international competition.
And Dominica will be there.
Yep. And
Wow.
Dominica will be there. And
Wow.
not just that Dominica will be there, but Dominica has been there for about 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years. Yes. That's great. So how many mentors do you have, and how many members does the team have?
Currently, we have 4 mentors. So
Okay.
the mentors are Dr. Shaila Esprit, Cody Jajak. Even if he's not with us physically, he does really provide a lot of support through like knowledge sessions via Zoom and things like that. Myself, Zamar Thomas, and we have one other mentor who is Phoenix Jajak, and he was a past member of the team and he kind of aged out of the competition. So he graduated to mentorship.
Okay.
And what about the members of the team? So we have 2 members here.
So we have 2 members here. At present, we have 5 members total.
Okay.
Sadly, it is a small team now because unfortunately for this particular competition, the age range is 14 to 18.
Okay.
So what happens is that a lot of people kind of age out of the team. So whereas they kind of compete, some people probably they go off to school, they're working, they no longer have as much time to dedicate to robotics. So yeah, we have like a couple old members still coming around to help out, but as far as like active members go, now we only have about 5. Sadly.
Okay. All right. So Franklin,
I do. Yes, most certainly.
So they have how many mentors? You have 4?
Yeah, we have 4 mentors.
4 mentors.
Only 2 are here in Dominica,
Okay.
and then 5 members.
5 members of the team. So all of you will be going, will be flying to Panama.
So as it stands now, all of us will be going because we're such a small group.
Okay.
So it's still a small group.
Yeah, it is a small group
in
compared
comparison
to the other countries who probably bring like 10, 15 people. We're a really small group. Yeah.
Wow. And who are the other members of the team?
Yes.
We have Jemiah, Rivia Alfred. We have Mr. Burcasio's amazing son, Ureb Burcasio.
Your nephew.
My nephew, yes. And
So
I think
Kaylin,
he's going to split in an atom. One of you get, they're already going to split an atom soon.
Dianca. I can't remember Dianca's name.
Hi, Dianca.
Yes. And then that's it.
Kirayan, Kaylin, Dianca, Ureb, Jahim, River Alfred.
Oh yes. All right. So 5 of them.
Yeah.
So aside from Create Caribbean, any other groups or institutions or companies that are supporting the team?
I would say apart from Create Caribbean, so Create Caribbean adopted the team. So Create Caribbean is here. Like, yes, Create is a sponsor, but Create Caribbean is maybe like a long-term sponsor. We don't really have any long-term sponsors. So every year or every couple of years, you may ask a company to sponsor for that year, but we don't have any long-term sponsors.
But right now, do you have sponsors already?
A very few.
Very few.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So and it's still open. Like companies can still call you and tell you, we want to support that team because we believe in technology. We believe in young people being, getting involved in technology and robotics.
Yep, we are still open to sponsorship, especially if you are willing to do long-term sponsorship.
Okay. Now I'm appealing to everybody listening. So listen carefully to the questions I'm going to ask and listen carefully to the answers to the question. What do you need in terms of getting from here to Panama?
$10,000 US.
Okay. Did you hear that? $10,000 US is just about 26,000 EC dollars. 26? 27. Okay, because we're talking guilders. Okay, 27,000 EC dollars. That would make it 10,000 US dollars. It takes a team of how many?
5 students.
5
and
students
2 mentors.
And 2 mentors. 7 individuals. Talented, creative. The glimmer of hope for the next level of great potential, existing potential. So from Dominica, how many days you'll be there for?
We will be there from October 26th to November 2nd.
Okay, so we have a lot of time in preparation for that. This is our contribution along with NDFD right here at the Q95 Radio, that we're soliciting all of your energies, your financial support, and your best wishes and whatever technical assistance you can give, because that's a fresh crop of Generation Z. These are brilliant. We could make us proud, become our great scientists and innovators and inventors of things functional for the advancement of our society as we move along. So that will assist them. $10,000 US will cover all their costs from Dominica to Panama, where they will exhibit and put and show Dominica's skills and gifts and innovative inventions, intellectual capacity expansion.
They will be flying the flag.
And
proudly,
yes. Like it's so we can call it the Olympics of technology.
Or robotics.
Of robotics.
Oh yes.
Okay,
yes.
so I'm going to go back to the young geniuses here. Okay. Yeah. So how many of your inventions will be on display from Dominica? Anyone?
So I'm going to kind of take over before they answer.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not a matter of how many. We are building one robot to accomplish all the list of tasks that we have. So,
so list the tasks for me now.
So they need to be able to push out balls from a simulator. They need to be able to shoot.
Okay, good.
Needs to be able to shoot balls like an actual person.
So like a basketball, with the action of a basketball. Okay. So does it have robotic arms?
Yeah. So there is no rubric as to how you accomplish a task, right? It just has to be able to do the task, right? So they can choose to build it with arms. They can choose to build it with legs if they want to. It's once it can do the task, right? It has to be able to climb up a rope. That's what Kirayan was talking about. Levitate. It has to be able to push things. It has to be able to stay within. So there's a challenge area. It has to be able to stay within the challenge area.
Pause there. Who's Kiran? Okay, good. No, okay. So it's going up the rope. How you perceive it going up? Tell me the components that are necessary for getting that off the rope.
So like I said to my team, I thought of a pulley wheel.
A
But it has to hook onto the rope and it has to turn and it has to go up.
What would cause it to turn?
The motors.
Okay, right. So how many motors do you have?
Well, that usually depends on how many things you want the robot to do.
Mm-hmm.
So right now on the drivetrain, we have about 2 motors,
Okay.
I'd say.
Mhm.
But for the robot itself, there might be at least 5 or 6
Yes,
motors.
and that would be work like a bicep and a tricep, or muscles would work as muscles. No, tell me, because I don't know.
It's something like turns. It
Okay.
allows the gears to turn and all that stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you say rope, does it go up vertical or is it horizontal?
Vertical.
Vertical. Okay.
So
okay.
just to say
Yes,
one
go ahead.
thing.
Yes.
So while she's saying about, so I think everybody's thinking, okay, that's easy. Let's make it climb a rope,
That's what I
right?
want to
But
know,
then you have
right.
to take into consideration other things like the weight of the robot, right?
Mhm.
If it's too heavy, it won't lift.
And then
So
gravity.
all of these things need to come into play when you're thinking of robotics and making it accomplish the task, right?
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
I stopped you, but continue. Remember, we were talking about the elements.
So did you guys when you were forming the team, like what was the thought process like? Like, did you, for example, we have Ryan here who's into like engineering, right? So, and then we have Kaylin probably who's into the other aspects. So is that something that you guys considered?
You know, I would be lying if I said yes. Kirayan was kind of like a whoops.
Okay.
So Kirayan is actually a Great Caribbean intern.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it just so happens
Uh-huh.
that she's a mechanical engineer.
Uh-huh.
And,
And you need
so
an engineer to
happens-
build
exactly. And it
robots,
just so
right?
happens that she's interested in robotics.
Mhm.
So hey, Kirayan, why not join the team, right?
Okay. Nice.
A lot of our other members are actually in some way, shape, or form attached to Great Caribbean.
Mhm.
Thankfully, Create has been put in a position where we come across so many young people and so many innovative and STEM-driven young people that we
Mhm.
had a large pool, I would say, to pick from. However, though the pool is large, we have a kind of like an age restriction.
Yes.
So for the competition, it's 14 to 18. So whereas there are other members of Great Caribbean or the interns or past summer school students who would like to join, we were kind of limited in who we could take because of the age restriction.
Mhm.
But that's
And-
why we got the team members this year. We
Nice.
pulled from our pool.
Good.
Question from Mr. Matthew. Okay, Mr.
yeah.
Matthew, pull the microphone closer to you because your turn now. Because since Mr. Matthew has come into the studio, Mr. Matthew has not ceased from being on his computer, showing that all the pros and cons and everything is there. Yes, Mr. Matthew, you have a little
Yes.
piece of gadget.
I was supposed to.
Yeah, so yes, it's the same color with Donald's shirt. It's
Uh-huh.
sea blue, and I can see you have a little gadget. It has a little light in front. I
They've-
hope you paid double for the light. And so tell me what
They
is it?
actually have two robotic
Where's the other
looking.
one? Where's the other one? 'Cause- okay, that one, yes, I've seen this one. What is that you have in your front? That is to control the
Well,
robot
that's a
on the ground.
controller. To
All
control
right. No. Tell me about the control, what you've got by you. Know.
Okay,
Tell me
so-
everything about it.
This mini thing. Let me just get it.
Yeah,
into frame.
put the mic. Put it. Yes, for sure. We have it. Yeah, we can see.
Yes.
So put it up so we can see. Yes.
This mini thing is called an M-bot.
Mhm.
M-bot.
M-bot.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's not fully made by humans. Obviously, you get the parts and you assemble it. But you have the liberty to program it to do whatever you want
Mhm.
based on the M-block system. Like on my laptop right now, which is not really allowed. It's not really seen.
It will be seen. You're getting it right. Okay, we
Okay.
have it. You since you're on Facebook.
So it can do whatever. Let me just show you.
Tell me. I was
I
about to
can
tell
show
you.
you.
I wanted to tell me whatever. Show
No.
me whatever. So I'm going to
Granted.
describe. So he has this little truck. It's a very compact truck.
Mhm.
It looks like at the top, you know, there's little
And you know,
iPads
it's-
that you have when you're entering a hotel room. You have to go tuk, 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 to enter. So that's on top. Yes.
I used to watch you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't even know it has a face and it has two long binocular eyes and a big what do you call like a legs and the wheels. So continue. Yes.
So I have it connected to my laptop right now,
Mhm.
and I probably won't move it right now. But I pre-programmed it to do a little light show for you. So
Okay.
if I press A on my keyboard,
A.
I can
Okay.
allow it
I'm
to
looking at
do-
A now. Okay. A.
I can allow it to do something that resembles police lights.
Okay. I can see that the green, the blue, and then the
Exactly.
amber. Yes.
And then I also programmed it. If I press B on my keyboard,
B.
I can
Press B.
make it display some colors of the Dominican flag.
Oh, wow.
Olun Budi would
Beautiful.
love that.
Now, all this is at the liberty of your imagination. People have thought about it, people have coded it, programmed it to be in the system. So whatever you do, just connect it via Bluetooth, USB, or by Wi-Fi tethering, and you have the liberty to do whatever you want with it.
Wow.
Now, these are usually used by Great Caribbean themselves to, like in summer programs and whatnot, to just open the minds of the young people to robots helping you, doing whatever you wanted to. And as Franklin referred to as the caterpillar, that one is being made from scratch.
So the caterpillar is the one on the floor right
The
now.
caterpillar is the one on
Can
the
we,
floor right now.
Show it to
Yes,
everyone.
yes, absolutely. Bring it up, because this is like.
And I
this
guess
is like
it's
exciting.
something that we also need to kind of clarify, because maybe some people are thinking when you mention robots, they're thinking of the humanoid kind of, humanoid looking robots.
Okay,
But
for those of you watching us on YouTube and Facebook, so this is what the contraption looks like with this panel of silver panels.
is that the final form or
No.
not yet?
Okay. So what is missing so far?
So this, as Kiran explained earlier, this is just the drivetrain. This is literally just the
okay,
bottom,
the bottom,
that
okay.
allows it to move.
So normally we'd call it the chassis. This is like the chassis.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, as you can see, we have motors on there,
The motors, yes. I can
and we
see
have
that.
several wheels and gears. I'm not sure if I can facilitate movement. I can move it.
Yes. I saw you moving it a little earlier.
Let me just move the wheels for you all to see.
Okay. So, go ahead.
I'm
That
not
sounds
sure if
good.
That can be viewed.
Yeah. I like the sound of that.
So you guys built that from scratch?
From
Yes,
scratch.
we built this from scratch.
Wow.
Granted, we get the motors and so on, but
Mhm.
we built this from
Where
scratch.
you got the wheels on? Did you create the wheels, or you create the wheels? Or
No.
you had to get them somewhere?
When you actively participate in the challenges, you maybe get like a box of supplies.
Okay, wonderful,
Everything,
wonderful.
But at the same time, you still have to build,
Yes.
put all the connections, put all the bolts, put all the everything
From scratch.
from scratch.
Nice.
You have
Okay.
to program the motors. You have to make sure if you do this, it moves.
Okay.
So every
Yes.
little trivial thing that you see.
Lift it up a little for me, please. Because hold on, but I'm not seeing any connection. It has been programmed remotely?
Yes.
It was by remote.
Yes.
Oh, because I went in, I don't see no code, and I hear noise.
So on the table right now, you would see there's something called a driver hub.
Okay.
This
That's a driver.
What
Okay.
holds the code
Mhm.
and sends it to the robot. As you can see by the green, it's
Okay.
connected.
All right.
And right now I'm in a motor test, so
Okay.
that's why it allows the motors solely to move.
Okay. Wonderful.
So that's how
Wow.
this moves.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Wonderful. Great creation. Great creation. Yes. Absolutely.
So Zamar, I just would like to ask, what's the big dream here? Because right now, I think so. This is your first year to like support the team, right? But so, what's the big dream? What's the dream like 5 years down the road or 10
to be
years
first in a competition.
first, right? What about in terms of using all of these robots to enhance or help, say for example, a sector that can definitely benefit from it, which is the small business sector. Is it something that you guys
Mhm.
Of
have ever
course,
thought
I
about?
feel like even now that is the way the world is going.
Mhm.
We're no longer doing everything manually. Everything is controlled by robots. It may not be a robot that looks like what we just saw, but everything's being automated. So robotics is definitely the way to go.
You mentioned automated. Tell us about anybody can talk about automation. So many people who have heard the term. Explain the terminology.
Not to sound blunt, but
Mhm.
switching out humans for machines.
Yeah. Yes. Basically, that's
Right? Yeah.
that's what we say. Yes.
So then we're eliminating human error. We're eliminating as many mistakes. I'm not saying that the machine's not going to make a mistake, but the likelihood or the frequency with which it's going to make a mistake is so much less that it's going to cost most likely that sector less money fixing the mistake, etc.
Make a prediction for me. What is the importance of Dominica positioning ourselves to be ready for the fast pace movement into this new arena of technology and automation. Any wonderful you. And now, what does your group, Create Caribbean, and your group in Dominica doing to prepare younger minds to become more excited about creating?
For one, I would say through Create Caribbean every year for the last 11 years, we have hosted a code camp every year for the last 11 years.
What is a code?
Code. So we call it Create and Code. Code as in actual coding, programming, technology. And I think Mr. Bercasio is probably one of the parents who can maybe more attest to the success of this camp in teaching young people more about technology and advancing their knowledge in programming, etc. Because, like I said, his son has been with us for years.
From the very beginning.
Oh my God. Yeah. And even when I'm like, you're not tired of us yet? He's like, no, he's coming back. So even that, like Create Caribbean, when you think of Create Caribbean, when a lot of people think of Create Caribbean, that's what they think of. They think of technology, they think of innovation, they think of programming, they think of coding, right? They think of digital.
And I think I swear I saw a photo of, I think, one of your alumni graduating on top of.
Yeah, he graduated in architecture, actually. One of our very, very, very first Create interns. He just, well, not just, it was like a couple of years ago, but now he's doing architecture in Canada and doing high-rise buildings and all of that.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
And of course, Europe topped the form again, the fourth form. So, I think you are definitely doing a great job, Franklin, in really developing and forming
and even
young people.
More recently, I just flew in here last night, and we took our interns, Kirayan included, to Jamaica to a digital humanities research symposium where they showcase. So every year we do this symposium on a different theme, and this year was Caribbean resistance. And when you think of that, you would think, a symposium, maybe they're using paper and pen or whatever, and maybe they have a little slideshow. But no, we use digital tools like Twine, ArcGIS. They can build custom websites if they want to. They can use digital archives. Everything is digitized for the symposium. So,
and I think these days, Franklin, it's for small, or not even small, but even medium sized. Businesses, basically the members of the MSME sector, right?
Yes.
If they really want to compete, right, they need to really start embracing all of these emerging technologies.
Yes.
So not only robotics, we have AI, right? We have cloud computing.
We haven't spoken about those. We haven't spoken about AI.
Yes.
But hold on. I see he's up. Tell me about that.
No, permit me, if you will, to go back a little bit. Sorry.
Sure, absolutely.
In terms of how can technology help Dominica, you're thinking it's a nature island. We don't need technology. I disagree with you. Especially in the small business sector, you will see people struggling. I believe technology can be that aspect that people can lean on in order to help them.
Where you see them struggling, what struggles do they have?
So maybe like, how do I put this?
just say.
Let me just give you a small example.
Go ahead.
Maybe somebody in maybe like a small little market area, whatnot. Like they have their little shop.
Yeah.
A little robot can help them
with
maybe
how?
Bring transport stuff from one place to another.
Okay.
Be that connection that humans maybe needed, but also help them instead of just putting them out of work.
So then if you are selling, and let's say you're selling shoes, you have a robot that is compatible to your business. You send it to the inventory room and see how many boxes of 13s you have, or 14s. Says, you have 13 remaining.
Exactly.
Can you take me size 12 and a half? Certainly, sir.
Granted.
That's your 13.
Yeah, that's advanced. But I will say it can help us.
Okay, wonderful.
Although it may have its disadvantages.
Such as
maybe, we all hearing about AI. Let's go back. Yes. Let's go to that now. We all hearing about AI,
which means
artificial intelligence.
Thank you.
It's not humans. It's robots.
Yeah.
You hear maybe the old people saying, especially in the country, I hear AI doing this. AI doing that.
Mhm.
Look, I just see an AI generated video.
Mhm.
AI going to take over the world.
Mhm.
I say, even though AI may be
Mhm.
influencing maybe our students,
Mhm.
and as a student can attest to that,
Mhm.
I may use AI sometimes.
I
But
do. Chat GPT.
exactly. But it will the advantages,
I
in
must
my
confess.
opinion, outshine the
Say
disadvantages.
that again. Say
Mm.
that again.
I love
The
that.
advantages outshine the disadvantages.
Give me an example.
For example, again, I'll go back to the supermarket. A robot can help you so much.
Mhm.
Maybe to pass a message. Like nowadays, you're making a phone call. What do you think is helping you? Technology.
Automation.
Mhm.
Automation. You see, the little phones every single person carries around nowadays, and then they'll cry down AI.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
in their phones. It's
Yeah.
what helps them call their people in London for a barrel.
Mhm.
You have to
So true. So
you
true.
have to realize that the advantages outshine the disadvantages.
Nice.
What's on your website?
Or what?
Sorry,
sorry.
your Instagram page.
Oh, so as the Dominica Robotics team, you
Mhm.
can find us on Instagram at
Mhm.
Team Dominica Robotics. No spaces, all lowercase letters. I'll spell it out: TEAMDOMICAROBOTICS.
So
Team Dominica
Dominica
Robotics.
Robotics. So follow now,
Yes.
and
Yes,
support
we
our team.
We'd
I'm
appreciate it.
asking both of you questions that you mentioned earlier on in the
Front
program.
row.
Promotional video.
Oh, you want to
Yeah,
take that?
let the ladies
Correct, yeah.
take that.
Mhm.
Yeah, promotional video. What's it about?
So it's really to promote your team, like I said, promotional video.
Mhm.
It's self-explanatory.
Mhm.
Recently, one of our what should we call it? Our what's the word? It's not coming.
It'll come.
Yes,
It'll come.
our social media challenges.
Hmm.
We had to make a video, basically, with our teammates, introducing your members and a small sentence or two to describe your team. So in that video, we displayed our national flag, and it really was to bring more exposure to the team, so other people can know that you can discover your country.
I'm in Panama now. Tell me about your country. Tell me about your program.
Our program.
Yeah. What you would have normally pitched to them. Pitch it to me first.
Okay, so actually, I think I should give this to my team member.
Okay.
I'm not so good in that category.
Before you go to him, tell me about the digital humanities program.
Oh, this I can talk to you about.
Go ahead, girl.
Yes.
So yes, every intern at Create Caribbean, they had to create a project.
Mhm.
And this year, our projects were on the topic of resistance. I chose climate resistance. Now, this is simply because I have a great passion for geography, and I feel that the climate is one of the most really important aspects of that right now, as we are going through climate change globally, and we are currently seeing the consequences and how our actions can affect our future. So my platform that I use was Twine, and Twine is simply
What is twine?
it's
For me,
like
twine is rope.
yes, it's an application that allows you to program a game, basically. So I decided I'd make a game to bring about awareness of how climate change can affect our future. So simply you have to navigate your way through the game and figure out how you can help with climate change or how you can, ignore it. So I gave different possibilities, and for a few, let's say the Amazon, you could choose the Amazon, you could choose to neglect the Amazon, or you could choose to save the Amazon forest. Now, with each choice, you'd see the results of that decision. So we save the Amazon, we save our healthier planet. We neglect the Amazon burns down. Now the Amazon is it's the lungs of the earth. Right? Without the Amazon, we are nothing.
Excellent.
Nice.
So yes, that was basically the main objective of my project. And that's what each intern had to do. Some of the other topics may have included women resistance, maroon resistance, and many other things.
Thank you, Karen Shillingford, and you.
No, I just want to go back to Zamar. Anything else you want to say about the team or Create Caribbean?
No, not really, actually.
Uh,
covered everything that I came here to cover.
Okay, all right. What about the team? Do you have any like dream robot to build that you'd like to build? Any
Any one of
dream
you, the dream robot, something
robot?
eventually that you
Oh.
want to be synonymous for.
Wow.
Put it closer to any one of you. Yes. Okay, the same
Maybe the
thinking.
first-
Still thinking. We're catching up, God.
Humanoid.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think Elon Musk is doing that
Okay.
already.
Okay. Let me ask a question. You're 13.
Yes, I'm 13.
By 26 or 36, what do you see yourself?
Wow. This is an old story, but you always hear people asking, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Let me tell you, I never got over the fact that I love helping people.
Mhm.
I always told my mother, "Mommy, I want to be a teacher."
Mm.
But now that I get older, especially after my first year in
Thanks,
Great and
if
Good
13 we
Summer
got the older, we want to go ahead.
after my first year in the Create and Code Summer Camp from Great Caribbean,
Mhm.
I realized my love for technology,
Wow.
the potential it had to help our country and our world in general.
Mhm.
So why not just put two and two together? You just IT teacher. You see?
Nice, nice.
So it's like if I get to that point and I still enjoy it, I will be very thankful. And if anything, if it changes, well,
An IT teacher IT teacher who builds robots on
Ah.
the side.
Thank you very much, Mr. Killen Thomas. No, Killen Matthew. Where do you see yourself? What is your passion, and where do you see yourself when you leave here?
Okay, so I have a great passion for aviation.
Pilot.
So about 5-10 years from now, I see myself as a pilot. Definitely.
Wonderful. Captain Shillingford. Yeah, we're going 8 nautical miles. How long it take us from here to Panama? Well, we're going to fly. We have turbulent weather, but we have fair weather. We'll be landing here. I'm your captain.
Yes, definitely that.
Okay,
Definitely
wonderful.
that.
I'm happy for you guys. I know you
Yes.
guys are going to excel and hit not only the atmosphere but the stratosphere. And the question to you is, tell us a little more about you before you leave. Yes, yeah, because you have those eyes that are penetrating. They're focused and concentrated. Tell us your name and your background.
I currently work at the Great Caribbean as a programmer and technology specialist. I recently got my degree in computer networking and cybersecurity. I should just answer where do I see myself in 15 years? Like I'll be
Why
really
not?
old, but I don't know. I feel like I would like to somehow influence the tech atmosphere in Dominica. I feel like currently there is a lot of potential to do more, and I would like to be part of that change in some way and somehow.
Just one
Nice.
word that you say more quickly. When you say more this, more that, more
I
what?
feel like we are still a paper-based society for
Oh.
one, so even that, I'm like,
So we need to really transition
Yeah.
to paperless.
not just
Less
paperless.
less paper.
Less dependent on the
Dependent
paper,
on paper.
right?
Okay,
And less
nice.
dependent. So even something as simple as, why am I getting stopped by police when you could like have a little gadget that checks and tells you everything about me? Like,
So a more modernized
Yes.
yeah.
world.
So
But-
I would like to be a part of the more modern Dominica.
Oh wow.
Okay.
You guys will lead the way, not just becoming part of it.
Hopefully, if
Yeah.
y'all listen.
Okay.
But frankly,
Yeah.
for me,
Well,
yes, yeah, for me, this team.
Where do you see yourself in? Oh, no, just continue. This team you were saying.
No, I think for me the team, right? They're not just really building robots, right? But the Great Caribbean, they're building inside the team. They're building discipline, right? They are developing critical thinking
Mm-hmm.
and teamwork, right? And of course, that passion for problem solving. Right.
Excellent.
So these things, these skills are the exact skills that we need in this modern business world, right? So that's why I feel like we all need to support the team, right? And of course, for companies, it's a smart move because their support will position themselves, as one that values innovation, education, and national development. So again, we would like to make that appeal. We need to support this team. All right, the robotics team of Dominica.
We just want to say thank you. Just say bye-bye. You first, say bye-bye.
Okay, this is Kieran Shilford speaking. Goodbye.
And
This is Killen Matthew signing off.
this is...
This is Samara Thomas. Goodbye.
And this is...
Berkasha here. See you again next week.
And this is...
And you, this is...
me. Bye-bye, everybody. See you again on Thursday for another edition of Nature Island Small Business Buzz. Thank you very much for being great company.